All right, this is episode 12. Welcome to the MBA show! Awesome. Great show tonight. I'm TheRealTomRose.
I'm MiroKaz.
And you can now subscribe to us on iTunes.
Awesome.
Go to www.thembashow.com. Click in the upper right to subscribe on iTunes.
Excellent.
Let's go to a headline.
All right, our new headline. Big news. Business school is now accepting nerds.
Crap, I'm a nerd, aren't I?
Tom, there are two types of people in this world, jocks and nerds. As a jock, it is my duty to give nerds a hard time.
I see you're doing very well. Yeah.
So actually, Kaplan surveyed 288 business schools, and 39% of them now accept the GRE, which is traditionally the test for other graduate schools, not business school, and this is up from 24% last year. So a huge number of more business schools accepting the GRE.
What does this mean?
It may not be obvious, Tom, but this means more women in business school.
What? More women?
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice. And in fact, you know what I just realized? I've been doing something wrong all these years.
What's that, Tom?
Ladies, the TheRealTomRose will now be accepting the GRE.
Okay. But follow my convoluted chain of logic here, because I am serious. So, one of the things that business school realizes is usually they've required 4 to 5 years experience, putting people at about 27. At 27, women are thinking about having a family. And all of a sudden, if you're going to have kids in a few years, the math of taking on the debt for an MBA doesn't make sense. So business schools have been lowering the age requirement that they're looking to accept. Lower age requirements means more competition over applicants for other career paths, and so they're accepting the GRE.
So you're saying Harvard, Columbia, Stanford, the schools that are doing this, they're using the GRE as a weapon to go out there other business schools to compete for female candidates.
And what that's meant is also attracting just younger people in general.
Ah, okay. So hold on. Let me see if I can rephrase your logic here. Let me say sure I understand what you're saying. What you're basically saying is something along the lines of damn it, is nothing sacred? I thought men were superior. You know, I thought we were supposed to have all these advantages. I want a piece standing up. I want to get paid more for the same damn job, and I want to look down the glass ceiling at those baby-crazed hippies and their GREs.
Okay, let me be clear.
Is that what you're saying?
This is a good thing that is going on. And what this is an acknowledgement of the way people really work in an age where we're trying to reach gender equality. And what it means to get women in business school is to go younger. And this is some of the outgrowth of that we're seeing right now.
Okay, so the GRE is really like a product bundle. You get the GRE, you get the MBA, and you get a baby.
Okay, we're going to move on now.
All right.
Tom, why don't you tell us about the MBA EI?
MBA EI is a new index that we'll be reporting on today. Just started. This is being done by the MBA show executive team, and we have been doing is tracking the job market exuberance in the MBA community. We've been looking at many of the top business schools. We have over 100 responses on this survey, and when we ask people on a scale of 0 to 100, how likely do you think it is that you will get a satisfactory job offer on graduation?
And what if you already have a satisfactory job?
We're counting those as 100%.
So what does it matter how exuberant you are?
Well, you know, a market exuberance is one of those things that it gets right to the core emotion of what people want. So
and what do you want as an MBA student?
So we all know that MBAs want jobs. But the one thing that MBAs care about more than jobs is whether or not their peers are getting jobs before they are. And so this is a measure of that.
So insecurity more important than security.
Yeah, basically.
Well, Tom,
I think that's a rule that you can live
well,
on.
Tom, how exuberant are we?
We are at an exuberance of 79 exuberance level. Woo! 79. Oh yeah, 79.
Tom, what is that? What is 79? What does that mean?
Well, you know, one of the things that we can do with this number is we can parse it by different schools.
Yep.
So you could look at, you know, how Stanford, Tuck is doing, for example. We can look at Tuck. Tuck is coming in right now at an MBA EI of 90, compared to HBS, which is getting a dismal 73.
Huh. So Tuck is actually a lot more excited about their future and their likelihood of job than Harvard is.
Oh yeah, exactly. So like exuberant, coked out 90 is way better than a suicidal, dismal 73.
Are you saying the Tuck students are coked out?
I think their exuberance is pretty good.
Okay, fair enough. So how can everyone else participate?
So if you want to participate in the MBA EI, we want to hear from you because we want to track this over time. So go to www.thembashow.com, click on the MBA EI to add your data to this official index, and we'll track it as the year goes by.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at some jargon.
All right.
So our jargon today is the HHI.
HHI is something that you've heard about in econ class. It's something that you've heard about in your strategy class. And what HHI is a measure of market concentration. Right? So it's measured on a scale of 0 to 10,000. 10,000 is a highly concentrated monopoly market. 0 would be a low concentration competitive market.
So I used to make concentrated apple juice when I was a kid.
And concentrated is better. So you want a concentrated market because it leads to profit.
Profit? 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 Did someone say profit?
Profit?
Well, you know how we feel about
God, how we feel about profit on this show.
I love profit. But what if you're a consumer?
Well, first of all, that's just ridiculous. But, you know,
because you're a business school student?
If you were a consumer,
okay.
You probably want a low concentration market because competition tends to lower prices.
Huh. So how does this get used?
Well, so the reason why this is a popular index is because this is one of the indexes that the Justice Department uses to determine whether or not there are antitrust issues going on. So if there's a merger, they would calculate this before and after to determine if it's gone up by too much.
So the Justice Department actually is designed to prosecute based on numbers they plug into
Surprisingly,
like the
yes.
same way I do my homework is how antitrust prosecutions take
yes,
place.
That's right. The government downloads the HHI calculator off of Stellar and then calculates antitrust cases.
Huh. So companies must actually be looking at this when they do mergers and acquisitions.
Yeah, if you do a merger and you are worried about this, you calculate this 100% of the time. HHI is like a pregnancy test. If you think you might need to calculate it, you definitely need to calculate it.
Everything can be reduced to models.
Yes.
And weird pregnancy tests.
Models and bottles.
Okay. Tom, what are our contests that are this week as we go into the end of the semester?
All right, first contest this week, the 2011 Rice Business Plan Competition. Oh, registration opens November 15th.
It closes on February 4th. That's the most money of any competition in the country.
That is
the Wake Forest 36-hour MBA Marketing Case Summit. Registration opened November 1st, and you're allowed to have 4 to 7 full-time MBA students on your team.
And there's the Holt Global Case Challenge. That's teams of up to 5. This is the global clean water crisis early bird deadline.
Yep. And also tonight closes the MIT 100K Executive Summary Contest. So if you got a 2-page executive summary, all you need on your team is 1 full-time student from a New England school.
And if it's 5:55, you better hit submit on that if you're watching the show today.
Absolutely.
All right.
So now moving on to our business school tip of the week.
Oh, we have some special guests who will be joining us on guests you may have heard of.
These are people who are very important to Tom and I's life.
Please welcome to the show.
This is Yogi Bear Market.
And this is Ben Bernanke.
So why do we have
these?
Yeah, why do we have these particular guests this
week?
So these particular guests are because our business school tip this week, as you head into exams, is about the importance of sleep.
Very important.
And I get to sleep with my lovely wife and my cuddly Yogi Bear Market, and it's a very wonderful.
But everybody knows we need sleep. So what exactly are you saying here?
So during study time, it's really tempting to get less sleep. But scientists understand more and more that sleep is actually, we didn't understand for a long time why sleep was important. One of the reasons it's important is informing memories and helping them stick.
So if I'm studying, so you're saying during that period when I'm doing a lot of active studying, it's actually more important for me to get sleep.
Though you'd think cramming is better, that extra hour of sleep is probably going to be more productive for you in terms of actually doing well on the test and doing recall than cramming.
So at the end of the day, we want to shift the balance more towards sleep. So where should people put that? How much do we need?
Well, so if you get only 6 hours of sleep a night for 2 weeks, your response time and functionality is the same as being someone who is legally drunk, 0.1% blood alcohol level.
What if you haven't been sleeping and you're drunk for that final?
Save that till after the final.
Okay, yeah, right.
Fair enough.
All right, what's on your radar?
So on my radar this weekend is me and Yogi. And Yogi will be headed off on the Tazo Factory chocolate tour. They make a non-allergenic
to get that chocolate in his fuzz there.
Oh yes, he loves a little bit of chocolate, doesn't he?
And I'll be heading to the Ed Camp, which is an education conference. It's actually an unconference at Columbia University in New York. So I'll be very excited about that.
Excellent.
I'm the real Tom Rose.
I'm Yogi Bear Market. I'm MiroKaz.
That idiot's MiroKaz. You've been watching
The MBA Show.